What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of Soul Streets. I'm so thankful and blessed to have the one and only R&B songstress Beth back on the show. Welcome back, Beth.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so very much.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Well, the Songstress called me, so with a title like that, I had to call you and see what was going on in these streets out there in Detroit, because you've been doing your thing, continually doing your thing, but now you also have new music out.
Yeah.
Still on the road with Kim, doing it crazy. I meant to catch you all at Westbury, but things didn't happen for me, so I wasn't able to. But I'm sure you will be back in New York
We'll
soon.
be back. Yes.
Yes. So congratulations on the new single.
Thank you. Thank you very
hot.
much.
It's hot now. What inspired you to create Call Me, and how did it come together?
So Call Me is one of those songs that it's really hot. It's sensual. It's a sexy song, and I had a lot of fun doing it. So the story about Call Me is actually on the album Get to Know Me, that I released in 2022. That album debuted at number 6 or number 7 on iTunes. We debuted at number 1 on Amazon Hot New Releases, and we charted on Amazon charts for several months. I'm so grateful for that. And that song was one of the songs on that album that a lot of people said they really, really liked. And they were like, when we were trying to figure out what single were we going to drop from the album, Let Me Be would always come up. Ooh would always come up. Call Me. So those were songs that people said they really liked. And I didn't release it as a single, and the song has been on the album, and I knew that I had not put anything out lately. I knew that I wanted to do something sexy. I was feeling sexy, you know what I'm saying? And then
I've been seeing the dance moves you've been posting. I feel like the sexiness is just coming into this whole situation of yours.
I'm trying to find my inner sex kitten, I guess. That's what I'm trying to find. The dancing and the movement is really good. And it's also therapeutic, because within this last year, I lost my mother. And so I was my mother's caregiver. She lived here with my husband and I. And so actually this month is exactly 1 year. On
my condolences.
Of September, thank you, that she passed away. So movement, releasing the kinetic energy and the stress has been something good for me, and just tapping into myself. So in tapping in and the movements and feeling sexy, I'm like, let me release this song again as a single, but let me add something to it and give the people a visual. Let me give them a hot smoking video to go with the song. So that's how that came about, me releasing it after, pulling it off the album. But actually how I got the track was from Marcus Divine. That track, I had to give you the story about the song first, but that track, I remember I was on Facebook Live. This was probably 2018. And Marcus was playing the track on Facebook Live. And I was out in LA filming The Voice at the time. And Marcus and I talked, and I said, I love that song. What are you doing with that song? He said, well, I wrote it for my daughter. I said, if your daughter doesn't use it, I want it. And she ended up not using it. And I came back home after the show. We started writing it, and the song just kind of took a life of its own, and it ended up, like that. So we love the song, and I'm excited to bring it to people, because like I said, people have been telling me that song was one of their favorites when we dropped the album anyway. So yeah. I'm back.
So the track samples of Aretha Franklin's classic "Call Me." How did you decide on that? Well, I guess how did Marcus decide on that sample?
I don't know.
And what does Aretha's legacy mean to you personally?
Well, so I don't know what made Marcus, construct the song that way. You know what I'm saying?
Never go wrong with Riri.
Right. You can never go wrong with her. I hail from the city that she also hails from. So that's legacy. That's just carrying on her memory. Also, I was able to, when she passed, unfortunately, to sing several tributes to her in the city, which I was honored to do that. Even closer to home, my father was her first keyboard player touring on the road.
Wow.
So my father was friends with Aretha Franklin. So, you know, the legacy that she leaves and the legacy that I'm working to leave, it all ties together. And I'm just happy that, you know, I'm happy Aretha Franklin ever existed, because I wouldn't be here without her. So let me just end it with that. Yeah.
I got you on that one. So did you feel any pressure working with such an iconic sample, or did it feel natural to yourself?
It felt good. The track feels good. So it felt good, you know. The track feels good. We got to singing, it was flowing, and it felt good.
So what do you want the listeners to feel when they hear Call Me for the first time?
I want them to feel sexy.
Okay.
I want them to feel just like I felt when I sang it, and when I filmed the video, I felt really sexy, and I felt like, you know, because really the premise of the song is, and this also ties into the song Let Me Be, that's on my album. It's all about feminine energy and feminine power. And in both songs, I'm giving the scenario of, you're always there for me. You always taking care of me. Let me take care of you. And we gave that same type of story in Let Me Be. So now with Call Me, it's like, hey, I got you. Just call me if you need me, because I got you. So
but I love how you are going back into the project and bringing songs that's good, that it got love when the album came out, but you're bringing it, making it specific, you know, and shining. I love when artists bring back songs on the project. It's like, okay, the project is not over. Like back in the day, we used to get like 4 or 5 singles off one album.
Yeah.
And it's like, it seems like artists today, when they drop a project, they just get, after the first month or two, like it's like they run out of ideas on how to keep it going. It's like, you don't have to rush it. You know, you can take your time, man. Especially as an independent artist and doing things, moving the way you move. Like, it's just dope that you are able to, that you were, you know, smart enough to go back in the album and keep it fresh. Cause we forget sometimes too. The listener forgets sometimes too. And sometimes you don't gotta go back and redo. I mean, and record new music. You could just you can just go and do a video for a song that was just on the project and
re-release the song.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You get more traction on your song, and then the visual ties it in. And I think that's so much of, if I really believe in my project, why wouldn't I go back and try to give the listeners everything, or the things that I felt were the best on the project, or the things that listeners said was the best. So I'm listening, you know, they said that, and I'm like, well, do I really want to start promoting a new album? And I really still love the one that I did. I didn't feel like everybody got a chance to hear it. And obviously, no, everybody didn't get a chance to, but enough people listened to it, and that thing hit #1. So I'm grateful for that.
Hey, come on now.
Yeah, I'm grateful for that.
That's a fact.
You know, we're just gonna have fun with Call Me. And then I may release another song off the album again, you know?
Might as well. Might as well. Like, it's a lot of fire on there, so you might as well do it, you know? So the video's out. What can fans expect from, I guess we already know what to expect because we saw it already, but what was fresh for you in shooting a video that you would want fans to take from it?
I want them to watch the video, and I want them to get a little hot under the collar. You know, that's what I want you to walk away.
You seem like you're in your Janet era.
Listen, I want them to walk away with seeing this video. I want them to walk away and say, wow, first of all, they've never seen me. I want them to say, who is that? If they know me, I want them to say, that's my girl. She came out with another one. And then I want them to say, ooh, and get their fan, you know? So
where my fans at?
Yeah, right. And then notice I said I want them to say ooh and get their fans.
Okay, well, play ooh and then get the fans.
Right. And then watch Call Me. So all of that.
Yeah. And ooh.
Yes.
It all comes together. That's why you gotta keep going back. Together. Tell the story all the way.
Yeah.
As all as you can, you know?
Yeah.
So let's see. Can you share a moment from filming the video that really stands out for you?
Loved all of the scenes. I actually did. They were I was truly stepping out of my comfort zone doing the video, every scene, you know. But I think probably, and I don't want to give it away because some people have probably already seen it, but those that haven't, all I can say is it was a lot of bubbles, and that was one of my favorite scenes.
Okay, bubblicious.
That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Were you a part of the creative direction of the video?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Marcus Devine shot the video as well as
track,
as well as co-wrote the track. And we kind of talked about where we wanted the video to start and where we wanted it to end and what did we want the meat in between to be. You know, so we really talked about all of that and we had a great time. We shot the video over 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was great. Yeah.
You're working, baby. You're working.
Yeah.
Now, you've been described as a singer, author, and actress. How do all those worlds pour into your music?
Well, I think all three you're acting in some kind of way. If you're the singer, you're telling a story with your body, acting on stage. If you're a songwriter, you're telling a story and you're writing it so that the parts come to life in some type of action. And then, what you said, singer, songwriter,
and actor.
Actress. Hell, yeah, author. It's the same thing. You're writing a story, you know, and so all of them have something to do with each other. All of them are part of the arts. All of them are creative attributes, and I love being able to do all three.
Mm-hmm.
I love it because they all interact some kind of way,
and you do it well. So why wouldn't you?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta take it back to the queen real quick. So sampling Aretha connects the old school to the new. How important is it to you to keep that bridge between generations alive in your music?
Well, I think I represent the old and the new. You know, I represent part of Motown, being that my father was a funk brother, even though I never worked, you know, there at that time. But then I do have a modern day connection with Motown because I still am active with the Motown Museum. And so I work with them currently in different things. I'll teach a master class or I'll mentor.
How is that? That's amazing. How is that?
Oh no, I love it. I love being able to tell what I know and what I figured out. I love being able to encourage up and coming artists because I'm still an up and coming artist, you know, to a certain extent, and I want to share with where I am, you know, to try to allow them to properly think and plan and be strategic in their artistry, because I think some people just say, oh, I'm gonna be an artist, and they just, you know, but you do need to have a plan. It does need to be strategic. So I love working with the museum. So I think that's bridging some of the old and the new. And then also I'm currently putting out music. I'm currently putting out content, you know, active on social media. That's somewhat new. So I think with all of that, that's going way back from Motown, the beginning, to current day. And I'm a little bit of all of that. And then I think I represent some of the artists of Motown, some of their ways, habits, you know, movements, you know, and even that tying it in with the new day artists and being able to, because, you know, we all have a reference of Motown. We all have a reference of moving into the 70s and 80s with Patti LaBelle and Gladys Knight and Chaka Khan. And then we have the new artists like Beyonce and Money Long. And so we have, I've got all of that to pull from. So that would be the, you know.
Do you have a favorite Motown artist?
My daddy.
Ooh, wow.
My daddy was a musician as well as a jazz. Well, he was a musician for the Funk Brothers, but he also was on their jazz label as well.
Really?
So he was an artist. Yes.
And his name?
Johnny Griffith.
Johnny Griffith. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And we can find his music on.
Oh yeah, you can YouTube him and listen to his music. And then if you listen to any Motown song, Stop in the Name of Love, Heard a Good Grapevine, he's playing on those songs.
What does that feel like when you listen to those songs, those legendary classic music defining moments, every song, that those Supremes, the Marvin Gaye, like what does it feel like for you just knowing that that you came out of the loins of a musician who laid some of that groundwork.
It's a very proud feeling and very
it comes
grateful.
every day because you hear the songs. If you
I
walk
hear
into
them
a
and
mall,
I smile.
it's everywhere.
Yeah, like I'll be in the grocery store, be in the mall, and I'll hear the song, and I'm very proud. I'm very honored. And then the thing that gets me the most is to see where I am now, and that my destiny was being set up for me before I was even here because of what my father did. And I wasn't even conceived yet. So that in itself, I'm grateful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. So I mean, and with you being I guess a mentor for the museum, the Motown Museum, what is one of the questions that the students there ask you? Like, is there a one question that they always want to know?
I think what I try to talk to them most about, and these are the questions that I get, are along the line of balancing their mental health and balancing, juggling, working, and pursuing the gift that you have, that you know you have, and being rejected by it. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that. So it's like I want to do this. It's in my heart. People tell me I'm good, but I'm getting rejected. But then I got to work my job and I'm going crazy. Is this going to ever happen to me? And I really try to talk, or happen for me. And I try to talk to them and explain to them that there's a process that you have to go through in your life as developing as an adult. And sometimes these kids are 14 or 15. So life has, but they're thinking ahead, right? So I just try to tell them, do what your parents tell you to do. Go to school, get an education, but never forget what your craft is, your gift. And it takes time, and just continue to cultivate that. And when you're ready for things, these experiences, these teachers and these situations will come to you when you're ready. You got to trust the process.
And I always say too, like, it's happening for you right now. Like, this is part of it. This is part of it. You're in this museum. Well, I don't say that, but to the people I get to talk to, it's like it's happening for you right now. Like, wherever you are right now, if you're pursuing and you're meeting good people to help you along the way, count that as your now moment of it happening, and continue to build off of that.
I mean, you got to. I mean, even simpler than that. Do we see grass growing? No, but it's growing. If you can't even see it growing, but it does. And then one day it's just tall, and you got to cut it. You know what I'm saying? But so it's the same thing with the process of you growing into your craft. You may not see the development, but it's happening. And then you're going to look back and say, oh, when did I get here?
Right.
So that's the main thing they want to know. Just, why is it so hard? How do I balance the mental? Why do I have to work a job? Why can't I just
money?
That part. Why can't I just be discovered? And I tell them, discover yourself. Do it for yourself. Don't wait for people to do stuff for you. So those are the things that we talk about. And I get that with multiple people.
Nice. And not just kids too, right? Some adults.
Mainly it's the kids, and they're ranging between like 16 and 21, 22.
Okay, that's
very
good.
young. Good. Yeah.
That's good. I'm happy that's the age range, because some adults don't seem to understand that either sometimes.
Yeah.
But we ain't gonna talk about that.
Wait, that's another show.
So who are some other legendary voices you love to honor or collaborate with in the future?
Wow. I would be, the one person I wish two people, and they're no longer here, would Whitney Houston and Luther Vandross. I would have loved to have been able to sing with them. But right now, for collaborations, I don't really have one, in front of me that I could call out. But I would say this: if someone were to ask me to collaborate, I would be grateful that they asked, and I would try my best to do it. So that's why I don't have anybody in particular, but I also want it out there that if somebody wanted to work with me, I would be grateful for it. So yeah.
Nice. So if you had to duet one of Whitney's songs with Whitney, what song would you choose?
Ooh. She got so many songs I like. Maybe Didn't We Almost Have It All?
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I love Saving All My Love for You.
Okay.
I love the duet she did with Jermaine Jackson, "Take Good Care of My Heart."
Yeah.
Like, I know
Oh,
Whitney's
take it. Okay,
old.
okay. I thought you were gonna
I
say, "If you say my eyes are beautiful."
Yeah, You Say My Eyes, like songs like that. Her first album is so
I was
songs like
watching a clip, and Jeffrey Osborne was saying how he wrote All at Once, and I remember seeing his name on the credits, but I forgot about it. I was like,
that's a good
man,
one too.
yeah,
All I want, drifting on the lonely sea, wishing you could come back to me.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I would love to hear those two voices come together in a mix, like how they did if that demo's even still around, if he has it or whatever, I don't know. But that would be dope because I know he has like the Arista Clive Davis connection at some point in his journey as well. So I thought that would be dope, bringing that back and just reintroducing it in a new way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And what about Luther? Same question, Luther Vandross. He has a lot too.
A house is not a home.
Mm.
I like that. Never too much.
Mm.
That would be dope to just do that as a duet, guy and a girl taking a verse and she giving her viewpoint and he giving his. And I don't know. What's the other duet he has? Was that Cheryl Lynn he did that duet with?
If This World Were Mine?
If This World Were Mine. Was that Cheryl Lynn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like that, but she does it so perfect. It's like you don't want to touch that. So with all due respect, I wouldn't touch that one.
Okay.
But yeah, those two I kind of like. Yeah.
I like that. I like where your answers is going. I love it. I love it. All right. So, do you think today's R&B artists are doing enough to preserve the soul of the genre?
No. And I'm saying that with a smile.
No. Let's get behind that smile. Let's get behind that smile.
Because
let's talk about it.
I feel like there is a trend, but I feel like we're coming out of it too. Mm-hmm. There was a trend a while for that lazy mumbling singing, and that's not, R&B, Black people. We've always opened our mouth and pronunciated and pronounced and enunciated our words. So, for you to be like, that's not what we do. Give me the song, give me your all. And I think we fell into that vibe where there was a lot of mumbling, even the rapping, right? Mm-hmm. Because we didn't even start out, we rapped and we told a story. How do you tell a story and nobody knows what the heck you're saying?
Right. So now we don't have an album to look at the lyrics.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are y'all saying? And so I feel like we especially with the singing, we're getting back to ladies opening their mouths and pronouncing their words. Now I'm just waiting on the rap to do that, because when Run DMC coming out, Hard Times, you knew every word to every, like, because you could understand what they were saying. And I think that's where the younger artists are coming out and they're losing that. I don't know what it is, but they're losing it. And we need to hear what you're saying so we can repeat your story, so we can tell your story for you.
You don't want to
that. Yeah. It's like, ew.
Nah, I got you. I feel you on that one. So Beyond Call Me, what's next? And is this single leading into another album or project? We already kind of spoke about that a little bit, but you never know. You may feel the urge of recording new music for a project that you may not release right away. Like, what's going on?
So what's next is I have a children's book that was put out a couple years ago. Okay. And there is a company called the Motor City Lyric Opera, which is an opera company here in the metropolitan Detroit area. They've taken my book and adapted it to an opera stage play for children.
Nice, congrats.
Yeah, so thank you very much. I'm excited about that. September 28th, they will be debuting the opera for the you can't say debut for the second time because the debut was the first time. So the first
they debuting it.
Well, for the second appearance, right? The double debut. No, but so it's coming out. They're going to present it for a second time. Because we did it back
in the second power.
Yeah, to the second part. They did a presentation of it back in May, and then they wanted to go back and tweak it. So they're gonna present it again September 28th. And October 1st, it's going on a small tour in the metropolitan area for 20 schools where they will be presenting the play. So thank you. So I'm really excited about that. So that's actually what's next happening, actually starting this month. I am working on a second children's book that I'm going to have out. And in terms of music, I don't know what I want to do next. I don't know if I want to have another single off of the album. I don't know, like you suggested, record new music. I don't know what I want to do. But whatever it is that I do, I normally get this gut feeling that I need to do it. And I go to it jump in with both feet and a big smile on my face. So I'll know when it's time.
I know whatever it is going to be soulful too.
Thank you.
Sensual and soulful.
Thank you. We're excited. We're gonna. I mean, if you have any suggestions for some songs that you've heard on the album that you think would be a good single, let me know.
I will. I definitely will. All right. So, what can fans look forward to from Beth as 2025 rolls on? I mean, you just told us, but is there anything else you may have forgotten?
No, I'm just excited about the book tour. I'm excited about the second book. I'm excited because we released Call Me, and that video is out. I want y'all to go check it out. I just don't know what I want to do next. I'm really, I'm just kind of, I told you lost my mom, so I've just kind of been staying close to home and, taking care of things like that. I'm still working with Kim, and he's got a few dates towards the end of the year. And I'm just kind of taking it easy and relaxing. My 2026, I've already got dates for 2026. So I'm preparing myself to, to do my thing next year. And it, and it's good. Everything's good.
Well, I have one more question for you.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna let you go on about your beautiful soulful business. When you decide what you're gonna do, will you come on back down to the solar streets?
Please and thank you. Absolutely, I will let you know when I figure it out.
It's always a beautiful time when you park yourself here in these streets, and cause you keep that soul going, and it's necessary. It's like this platform really. I hope it just highlights soulful artists that are doing it, especially in R&B. And you're definitely one of the ones who just keep it soulful and keep the integrity of the soul music that I grew up listening to and still choose to listen to today. So thank you for keeping the legacy alive. And you are one of those voices that are doing that. So if salute to you, Beth.
Thank you. I received that, and I truly appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Until next time, stay blessed and enjoy all the holidays that's coming up for the rest of 2025. Because you may pick something, you might figure out what you want to do in November, and then you got to come back in December. But if not, I'll see you in 2026.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
All right. Peace out.
Okay. Peace. Bye-bye.